today there is no real objective. Just kind of do a day in the life after work. I just got off work, off pretty early today for Monday. It's about 1 o'clock. Done super early actually. We're gonna go home and play with the dog, grab something to eat later, and we'll see what else we do. Car is bagged now since about last Wednesday. We started Wednesday at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I was struggling a little bit. The wiring wasn't hard at all. I was struggling with the front struts actually. I removed the strut and then I went to install the air strut, and the bottom of the strut was hitting the axle because of the weight on the other side. So I ended up taking off the other wheel, the other strut. All the suspension fell down because it's all-wheel drive. Or I don't know if it just does that on every car, I don't know. Anyway, the suspension fell. I didn't have a jack to lift up the suspension to put it back on the strut. It was super heavy. I couldn't lift it up and put it on the strut all at once. I only had a jack, and the jack was holding the car up because I couldn't get the car high enough to put a jack stand under it. So I had my buddy CJ, who's always in these videos. He came and helped me. He brought a jack, and he's a lot more mechanically inclined than me. He actually did most of the physical work for me. But he got the axles in, the struts in, and everything put back together. Then we did the rear struts. Those were super easy. Everything hooked up, all the air lines ran, everything in the trunk is done. I put my back seat back in still. I took it out yesterday to shampoo it. I accidentally left it out and it had a weird smell to it, so I shampooed it. I'll put that back in later today. And then we got done Wednesday, or I guess technically Thursday morning at like 3 in the morning when we finally went to sleep. And I thought everything was gonna be good. You know, we were excited. It was about 12:30 when we finally were actually done, and I aired it up, and the front passenger and rear passenger side were both leaking air. The front passenger was leaking it a whole lot faster than the passenger rear, and it was way too late at night for me to be messing with it because I had to work obviously the next morning, or that morning. So I took CJ home. I came home, went to sleep. My wife actually took me to work the next day, and I figured out Thursday when I got home after work. I took the wheels off. I had 2 leaks on the front passenger one, from the little elbows, the one that goes in the strut, and the little fitting that goes to the quick connect fitting that goes for the airline. And then the rear also had 2 leaks, same exact thing. I guess I didn't put the Teflon on correctly, or I just didn't tighten enough, I don't know. And the rear tank had a leak in it that just needed to be tightened down more. So I got all that situated. It is now bagged. Here's my controller. It is these are the Bagged Wrx Airlift Pro. So it's not the most fancy one. I don't have the leveling thing or anything. I didn't think it was necessary. I can just air up and down with this. But so far, I love it. I'll show you guys real fast what it looks like. Aired all the way out. This is aired all the way out. I haven't adjusted the struts at all. This is how they came out of the box. This is how she sits. Honestly, I love it. It's just a little bit lower than it was on the coilovers, obviously. I do plan on putting a little bit more camber in the front, then notching the frame a little bit because the axle hits the frame. A little bit more camber. I should be able to go a little bit lower, maybe tuck the wheel in the front. I'll get better front lip, might get some side skirts. But overall, great purchase. It rides good. I still have the coilovers. I'm thinking about selling them, or I might just hang on to them just in case. You never know. This is my only car, so if something happens to this one, I'm down for the count. But yeah, I'm gonna head out of the work. I'm not still at the shop. I'm about to leave right now. I just got in my car right before I turn this on. I'm gonna head out here, head home, and I guess we'll go play with the dog. Oh yeah, one more thing I want to mention is Ethan did help me. He's also in the videos. Ethan and CJ both are in my videos. A lot, or all the videos actually. Ethan helped me with one of the wiring things I was having problems with. There's a little grommet, little rubber grommet that goes from the inside of the wheel well up through here for the wiring harness, and it runs all the way through here. He helped me get it through that grommet. Same thing with that side. CJ helped me with that side. Helped me get through that grommet and get everything situated. The wiring part was probably the easiest part. Bagged does a great way of showing you exactly where everything goes. I tried to watch videos on it. They were somewhat helpful, kind of telling you where to put certain lines and stuff. But the instructions were very, very thorough. And overall, it was a pretty simple process. I think we could have had it done way before 1 in the morning if I didn't mess up or have trouble with the axles and the strut hitting together. I'm not mechanically inclined. I've only ever done my coilovers, and that was pretty simple, which I thought was gonna be the same way with the air struts, but I didn't have a problem with the coilovers hitting the axle before, so I don't know what happened there. But it is done. Aired up to pull out of here. I'll go back down as soon as I get over that big lip pulling out, and I'll see you guys when we get home. You can enjoy these shots of me driving on the highway. It's pretty boring, and hopefully we hit no traffic and there's no wrecks, although the interstate is notorious for wrecks at random times. Trunk, it's kind of a disaster. I broke all these clips off this plastic trim and kind of just threw this side wall back in here, and this is very rough for right now. Everything is in here. I had some washers on the end of these. They keep vibrating off, but I mean, it's in there. I do have this ran through here. All of my airlines are obviously just through the car. This is into my water trap over there. Everything else is kind of thrown in there for now. I'll fix that up one day whenever I feel like it. I just kind of wanted to get it all done so I don't have to worry about it anymore. This is my dog. I don't think he's been in a video yet. Come on, buddy. Go potty. It's honestly kind of a nice day out. It's not very sunny, obviously. It's cloudy, and I think it's probably 70 degrees right now. It's perfect. Let's see if he wants to play today. Usually he'll play fetch a couple times and he'll be done with it. Ash, look, come here. Yep, and he's not feeling it. Made a lane and niggas can't get over. I can't mess with rappers, they be bogus. Rather get the pack and keep it open. Big dripper stand up in the ocean. Everybody. Alright, well, obviously he didn't want to play, so I just came back in. Probably just gonna hang out for a little while, maybe watch some YouTube videos or TV or something, I don't know. And I'll pick this back up whenever we do something interesting, or something at all, really, I guess. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and put this back seat in. Now that's all dry. Put it on top of all these cord wires and hoses. Alright, so this just pops in nice and easy. Or it should at least. So I'll pull these seatbelt buckles up through here. Maybe. There we go. Side popped in. Seatbelt buckles are in the way. Here we go. Put that in. Not quite. Go back a little bit more. There we go. Alright, it's that simple. Ready? Wait. too nice outside to just sit inside. Sit out here and throw this shark toy until he gets tired, which happens pretty quick. A lot of times he won't drop it. He'll lay it down, wait for me to grab it, and he wants to play tug of war. You are terrible at playing fetch. You don't know how to drop it and leave it. Alright, he's been here around for a few minutes. He's getting tired. Just started raining about 2 minutes ago. I don't know if you can see the rain on my phone. Don't mind my cracked screen. But we're gonna go back inside and I guess hang out until the wife gets home. And maybe later on, if it's not raining anymore, I do want to take my front wheels off and adjust the strut for the front a little bit lower, so when I air out I can tuck the wheel just a little bit in the front. I'm on an uneven surface, so it'd be nice though if I could tuck this much in the rear without being on an uneven surface. But yeah, maybe if it stops raining later, I'll get into that. Alright, I've got the car jacked up. I was gonna make the strut lower, so whenever I air out, it'll sit lower. But I'll try and show you this. The strut is as far down as it'll go without hitting the axle boot. It's pretty close, so I'm gonna try and get this in the video. Hopefully you can see that. There's no way for me to make that any lower. I'll have to brainstorm what I could do. I just want to go about a ½ inch lower, so when I air out, it tucks out the wheel just a little bit. So I'm not sure what exactly will get me there, but you know, I'll put this back down and brainstorm what I can do. The best part about being on bags is being able to air up to jack the car up. Look at that. That's crazy. That is actually crazy how high it is. What are you doing?
On the road again.
Back on the road again.
Comes. God damn, what did he order? Fuck. What are you doing now?
Those are the most unhappy people I've ever seen in my life. They need to quit their job and find somewhere happier to be.
Big back, big back.
That's the end of today's video, which ate pizza. And that was about it. Now we're gonna stay here and do nothing for the rest of the night. And it's gonna be epic, just like every other night. Unless it's a Saturday. And my dog's in the yard somewhere down there. Probably gonna go poop again. That's the end. Bye.